Hey, it's the end of the weekend, and I'm going to throw a clip in here for right at the beginning of the video, just to let you know there's no sailing. I never got canvas out during this whole weekend. So if you were looking for sailing, there won't be any of that, but there's a bunch of other stuff. Okay, just a little disclaimer right at the beginning. Thanks. Bye. Hello, YouTube. Welcome to the channel. It's Sunday, and we're sailing. It's very early on Sunday. It's actually like just after midnight. Pretty dark. So we are going now because I want to do a couple of things on this one to do with the motor. And one of those is I want to try to run the batteries down as much as possible, maybe all the way to failure. We'll see. I'm going to head around the corner, New Point Comfort, up into Hampton Roads, and we'll do that on the motor to start with, and that will give all day tomorrow. If we do make it to exhausting the batteries, we'll have all day tomorrow on solar to get something up to to come back in with. So gonna have an adventure, and gonna see what we can do. And if you like this kind of content and noise on the VHF, hang on. If you like or don't like noise on the VHF, or if you do like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Alright, let's get to it. Well, so did an experiment. I left the propulsion batteries on the solar charger. So this is all four of the propulsion batteries in parallel at 12.85 volts. The Shore charger usually gets them to 12.5-ish, so we got a little extra. I was kind of hoping the solar would push them even higher than that, but so that's what we're starting with for starting voltage on the batteries. Okay, I decided to try something today, so I've got all of the top switches are in and they're on, so we're in series for 48 volts, and the lower switches I've turned off everyone except number 4. I've still got number 4 on. So what this has done is I'm ready for propulsion, but the solar charger here is still connected to the number 4 battery, and the number 4 battery is showing me 12.79, so I lost a little bit of voltage going to series, and starting voltage, get that to focus, looks like 50.8 volts starting. Okay, and again that's just the number 4 battery. So what this will do is, even when we're using the engine, the solar will be dumping some amperage into the number 4 battery, and I'm hoping that's going to give amperage directly to propulsion, even though it's only at 12 volts. So we'll see what happens. Okay, we're underway. It's just after 1 a.m. Let's see what we got here. So 3 knots at about 20 amps. And we're going to keep track of that. We're going to run for as long as we can. I'll do a full power run too, to see what our top speed is. So we're just working our way out the channel now. Not a lot to see. Pretty dark. Our 4 red towers, gonna keep track of those. That's how we get back. Of course, it should be daytime when we get back, but we'll see. Alright, made it around the corner. I'm gonna try to show you the benefit of the new spotlight that works. Let's see here. We'll go up here so we can see. And hopefully, see the green lights out in the distance there. So we can use the spotlight to light up the day markers. They all have reflective stuff on them, so. And it's red right returning, so I gotta go steer before we get on the red side over there. with the clouds, it's pretty well lit up out here. Not really coming through on the video, but there's a high cloud bank and city lights are lighting everything up, so ambient lighting's not too bad. Bit of a swell and no real waves. A little bit of wind, maybe 5-8 knots. So I'm just trying to make sure we're not in crab pots. I tend to fish closer into the shore here, and I don't want to wrap any of those around the shaft. So we're going to wait for that, and then we're going to do the full power run and see what we can do if we run at 200 amps. And it's a 10 kilowatt motor, so 200 times 50 is where you get the 10 kilowatts, so nominally 50 volts. We should get to close to 200 amps. Usually I see it go to about 196, so we'll see what we get today. Alright, there's our 4 red towers directly astern, so we're moving away from the marina. We're going to head that way towards the naval base lights we see there. And first, let's see what we can do if we push it up to full power. I just have the rudder locked. Only got to about 136 amps was the most we could get today. Not sure why. And about 5 knots is what we were able to push at. And at 20 amps, I'm already doing 2.7 solid 3 if I'm not in the swell. So it takes a whole lot more amps just to get those last couple of knots, and that's usually the way it is with boats. I guess I should be able to run at full speed. So there you go. That's full power. So I tend not to run around like that. I don't know if you saw the voltage. The nominal battery voltage was 44 or 45, so that's really drops the voltage down too. So someday we'll do a full power run until the battery dies, but I actually want to get somewhere today, so I'm not going to run around at full power. We're going to use 20 amps for as long as it will last instead. Okay, so we'll check in every half hour or so and see how we're doing. Okay, I've been underway for 30 minutes. And we've got 48.3 volts, 19 amps. So I'm trying to cruise at 20. I got 19 up right now. And moving along down to Buckrow Beach, making 2.5 knots over ground on the GPS. See you in a half hour. Alright, we're basically at 1 hour. So we'll start here. That's a better angle, yeah. So 2 knots. Still with 20 amps and 47.9 volts. Okay, so check in another 30 minutes or an hour. Alright, so it's been 2 hours. I think I got into some current now, even though it says the current should be going the other way, because we're only going 1.3. But there's still the 20 amps and now 46.9 volts. So there you go. We ran for 2 hours with no issue at 20 amps. So I just turned around to check this out and definitely got into some current, because now we're doing 4 knots. So we had gone from 2.2 down to 1.3. So I know the current runs like that down here near the channel. It's running out instead of in. I was trying to go by what the GPS was suggesting there, but I need an update to the GPS. Alright, so out of the current, we're going to go the other way, and I guess we'll keep going with the motor test for a little while. We'll see. Alright, so that's basically 2.5 hours, and still doing 19 amps. What's that say? Looks like 46.9 volts. Alright, so ran no problem for 2.5 hours, and I think I'm going to put up a sail now and sail for a little while, and then go to anchor somewhere. The sun is starting to come up. I've got both solar panels. I brought the larger one from home, so both solar panels are in series. So they're set up and ready to go. And the final battery voltage was 12.0. So we started at 12.8, we're down to 12.0. And that's with about 2.5, something over 2.5. So I'm near the jetty for the marina. I don't know if you can hear the waves over there on the beach. So we're close to the beach, near the jetty. Sun's coming up, and we're gonna hang out here for a while. Have some breakfast. Probably go swimming later, and just gonna be spending today here. Maybe sail later in the day. Maybe right near the end of the day. The wind is supposed to die between 12 and 4, so I don't really want to be doing that. But okay, been up all night. I'm gonna get some sleep here for a little bit. I'm close to some crab pots, so I'm a little concerned about that because the work boat might come around, but I'll hear that. I They make a lot of noise. And this is where we'll be for a little bit. Okay. Sunfish sailors going by. Beautiful way to enjoy the day. And we rigged something up over here. This is the little trick for an anchorage that's rolling too much. So you can see the swells are coming pretty much from that direction. And if I add a second line to the anchor, I brought that back to the winch in the cockpit here, and that's holding the boat at an angle to the wind and the water. This is a little too aggressive right now. I'm going to let this out more. Going to relax this a little bit. This is a little too much. So it takes a bunch of the roll off of the boat and get a better ride. So now the bow is into the way, what is it, the swell. And we're getting a pitching instead of a rolling. So it's just a little more comfortable. Okay, I think it's time to work on some food. And just a quick charging update. So with the 2 solar panels on deck out there, we've got 12.58 going to the batteries right now. And unfortunately, I forgot to bring the solar panel for that guy. But I did bring a spare 12-volt battery, so we'll be fine. At some point, maybe I'll switch the solar panels over to the house bank, or I'll parallel that in somehow so that I'm getting some charging everywhere. Okay, what we got, this going, and this was sort of a, I'll show you this. I got the GPS navigator with the fish finder. Not that I really fish, but what a fish finder gives you is the depth. And then if I set the chart up like this, the man overboard markers, where I tried to make a mark for anchoring. Okay, there's the fish finder doing its thing. So 5.8 feet. I'll show you where the transducer is. Just put it in a bag of water. That bag has a hole in it, but there's enough water staying in the bag and in the bilge that that's working. The only thing I'm not sure about is it's right over the top of the keel where I have it right there. So I'll get another bag that isn't leaking it. I used to have it in here, in the cabinet down in there. And that's where the through-hole one is, if the through-hole transducer was working. So a bag of water, and then it can see through the fiberglass and give you the depth. But I turn it off because it makes the clicky sound. But I have no idea what all the colors mean. But so there you go. So I think it's from the transducer to the bottom is 6 feet. And I think there's probably 2.5 feet of keel. The lead part of the keel. It's probably about 2.5 feet from right there where the transducer's sitting. So, there's 3 or so feet of water underneath the keel, I guess. When I go swimming, I'll check it out. So we used the grill, propane grill, made half a bagel with some melted cheese, and gonna have a shake. Time for breakfast. And another boater showed up over there to enjoy the beach. I don't know if you can see him under the grill. Boat over there right on the beach. And doing okay with the swells and the wind. It's I think it's the powerboat wake when they go by. I think that's the off-axis one that's coming in here, giving us a lot of the roll. And there's really no protection. It's just a shallow place and there's a beach. Solar panels are paneling and the boats are waking up and getting out here to enjoy the day. Just a quick charging update. We got nice full sun out there. I think you can see the glare maybe. So charging at 12.7. Just a second ago I was charging at 13.1. It's got a little bit of a cloud, so doing good. A little cloudy. Put up my anchor mark. A black ball means I'm at anchor. Day shape. Just been laying here listening to the waves crash on the beach. Very lovely. And I think it's time to go swimming. Gorgeous day. Here we go. We're going to do the double GoPro. Let's see. Turn the other one on. Okay. So I think both should be recording. Got a little underwater light here. Okay, gonna look at the running gear, see what we got going on. Still just here in the Anchorage. Wind was supposed to die down. It did not. At least not yet. We got a solar shower here for when we get out of the water. And a bucket to rinse stuff off too. Okay, so I think we're all ready. Let's see if we can do this. Very important to be able to get back aboard. Okay, and this just gonna go on the wrist. Tighten that. Okay, we got cameras, we got lights. Let's see if we can get the fins on and we'll get some action. Okay, every other mammal that swims in the sea has flippers, so you should too. Let's quit pretending that we have to be special and not give ourselves the apparatus that everyone else has. All right. It's chilly. Okay, so I went for a swim. That was really nice. Cleaned up the water line and the propeller, if nothing else. Just took a look at everything. Went down the anchor line there. Hopefully we got some video of that. Still a beautiful day. And people showing up to use the beach over there. And I'm nice and secure in my anchorage. The anchor's well buried. Hopefully that'll come through on the video. You can see, but we've got some sailboats out here sailing. And I'll check the forecast. The wind was supposed to die at 2. So we'll see if that's still going to be the case or not. And I think I'm going to turn on the grill and heat up my sandwich. And probably have a nice cold beverage if there's any ice left. Okay, thanks. See you later. Well, battery charging update. We're charging at 12.9. 12.89. And if I look on deck, looking pretty good, but I think this panel is getting shaded now by the mast. So I'm going to shift, the boom. I'm going to shift the boom over to the port side channel over to the starboard side. And then let's see what we're charging at. Perfect. Let's see how we're charging. 13.1. That's nice. Alright, there we go. Alright, put the fish finder in a new bag. So let's turn it on again. Okay, there it goes. There's some bag. Close up the bilge now, and I'm going to stick it back down in here. Those are the transducers. Those are the original ones that don't work anymore. And the through hole for those, I don't know if you can see that, is in there too. So I'm going to put it right in there where it used to be. Okay, so back in place in its bag, clicking away. And the cable runs over here to the chart plotter, and what's it say now? Alright, so now it says 15 feet. So I think on top of the keel it just wasn't working at all. Hitting the lead, it was goofing it up, I'm sure. Alright, so now it's just got fiberglass between it and the bottom. It's looking through the fiberglass just like it's in the water. And it looks like 14.5 feet. So I'm going to leave it on for a while and see if we see any fish. Actually, I forgot, I wanted to swim under it when I was out swimming, but I forgot. So we'll just goof around with this for a while and see. Just found this guy up forward. I don't know if he came into rest and got stuck inside. It gets really hot in here. That's probably what did him in. Poor guy. Okay, well, it's 2:30 and it's hot. See that? -90, 33 Celsius. 33. Is that hot? I don't know. But got some stuff going on here. I brought an inverter so I can run the normal fans that run, and put up the shade. Just kind of tossed it up. It goes over the boom. That's how it's supported. And then I have that thing for the front. It's not working very well. It's supposed to scoop the air down into the cabin. So the wind is up, but very sunny, very hot. Let this hottest part of the day go by, and then I think we're gonna go sail. So I set up a place to just hang out here in the shade, and we're just gonna do that. And we'll sail in a couple of hours. Okay, it's hot. The goal is cool off. I think the water's going to help with that. I don't know how long I'll be in there because I did not put on Lights on. Lights on. Okay. All right, let's go. So first is the fish finder. Okay, well, we made it ashore. flippers off and go look at this shipwreck. Are they flippers? I think they're flippers. Fins? I don't know. They look like flippers. I hope there aren't any cannibals here. The dog is gonna be so covered in sand. I've been hearing him bark all afternoon. It's hysterical. Okay, this is why you don't want to go aground. Oh, it's cool. It's full of sand. I wonder if there's a skeleton in there. Hello? Any skeletons in there? No, it's a high quality item. This is a finders keepers thing, right? That's what happens when you go aground. You get blown ashore in a storm. Things fall apart. Uh-oh, the sunfish are out again. I see them over here. Somebody has a black sail. pirate sunfish. Oh, there's a rock. Ouch. Yeah, there's H-flag as she lays at anchor. I think it's just about time to go sail. Well, I don't want to be in here. I keep stepping on things. Whoa, there's a lot of crap here. Close to these walls. All the bits of it that are missing are right here where you step on them. Not fun. Ah! Gross. Ow! Friggin' frack! Yeah, stay away from those things. This doesn't end. This is very rocky. It's nice and sandy over that way. This is unpleasant. Okay. We're back aboard. The other cameras quit. So hopefully the George Finder found something. And for all those who are wondering, where did the seashell go? How did it be transported? In my bathing suit. There you go. All right. Let's get cleaned up, and I think it's time to go sailing. Okay, this seemed like it was going to be super simple, and it was not. And I will also spare you the showering scene. If you like that kind of content, though, like and subscribe. Maybe we can talk about it in the future. Okay, well, sunburn has happened. I can feel it. The wind is up, but I don't know. It's 5 o'clock, and I'm burned, and I had a great weekend. And I think since that's the entrance to the marina right there, I'm just going to take my full batteries that I got refilled with the solar panels, and I'm going to head into the slip, and I'm going to call it a successful weekend. The other big reason is the GoPros are all dead. The batteries have been expended, so there wouldn't be any video of the sailing anyways, except what I could get from this tablet, but it's very difficult for me to do that while I'm sailing. So I think what we're going to do is just call it good and head back into the slip. So thanks for checking in. Sorry there wasn't any sailing. I will add a little clip at the beginning to say that there wasn't really any sailing. I motored last night and then spent the day at anchor today. And we'll come back out and sail again during the week or next weekend. Okay, thank you. Bye. Okay, here's the last look at our beautiful spot that we had today. Treasure Island in Hampton. And back to the slip.